Hi guys, welcome to week 7. Congratulations, you are near the end. There's a busy week ahead, so I just wanted to give you guys a couple of highlights and pointers. So first of all, this week, along with some of the other assignments, you'll be submitting Project 2 and the reflection. You will be submitting your published ePortfolio link to the discussion board, as well as submitting 2 peer reviews. So make sure those are really major projects, so you want to make sure that you're getting those in on time, if not early. The next thing I wanted to call out, the ePortfolio workshop dates are posted. So you can go to our group's discussion board. There's a forum, the ePortfolio Writing Fellow Workshops, and 6 different workshops starting on Friday, ranging through next Monday before the deadline on Tuesday. And what we'll really be doing there is kind of going through, we'll use mine as kind of an example, but we'll also be looking at yours, just like we've done in the workshops for Project 1 and Project 2. So here are the things. You can go ahead, you can post now. Make sure you include the published URL. So I get a lot of questions on this, so just to show you, I opened up, this is my ENG105 portfolio. So when you initially open it up, after you log into Digitation, you are in edit mode. This is where you can view sections, add edit, and all that sort of things. So to get to the published URL, all you need to do is click published, and you'll see that it loads up here. When I click, the URL at the end should have the word published, and you can just either right click and copy and paste, or you can either Command C or whatever you do in Windows. I don't know. I've used a Mac for so long. Anyway, so just to show you, make sure that you're using that published URL. That is very important. Otherwise, your peers and I will not be able to access your portfolio. Include your ASU email address. We're going to be using Google Hangouts this time. Last time we used Adobe Connect, but we're going to use Google Hangouts in order to screen share the ePortfolios because it's easier to do through Google Hangouts. The third thing, include any specific concerns you may have about this rough draft phase of your ePortfolio. So again, hopefully you'll still have a few days to go through the revising and refining process before you submit it. So if there's anything specific you'd like to look at or talk about, include that in there too. And then the last thing I would suggest is review the how-to videos that are posted in the group blog by myself and Professor Tingle. His are at the beginning of the semester. Mine were more towards the middle. So just make sure you go back and look at those. And that should also give you some help along the way. All right. The last thing that we'll be doing this week on, I think, Sunday are the ePortfolio peer reviews. This, again, it's worth 30 points, so it's one of the larger peer reviews. And I just wanted to give you a quick preview of what the peer review worksheet looks like. So again, it's very open-ended, organization of content, clear sense of purpose, clearly stated claims. So you really want to make sure, because you are reviewing a capstone project that's worth 100 times worth what this peer review is worth. So you want to make sure that you're giving your peer enough review and enough feedback so that they're actually able to go into the revision process. So the 2 things I would really consider are asking the leading questions like, do you think, or how might you rephrase this so it speaks more to your intended audience? Leading questions help your author kind of think about their subject from your point of view, and it helps you come off more, again, as the subjective reader. So you're just offering a reader's viewpoint. It ultimately remains the author's work, but by asking questions, you get them to help, or you get to help them think about the issue from a different point of view. The second thing is providing specific examples. So like when you said XYZ, I felt excluded as a reader because, and then you would go on to explain why whatever they said made you feel excluded. It's really important that if you include, because feelings, and again, pathos is a huge part of this, but as a reader, what happens to you if you ever get turned off from an article, or if something isn't interesting, or if you lose focus, figuring out or helping the author figure out why you lost focus can be really helpful. One of the other more specific examples would be like, I really liked your thesis statement because it contained each point of your main argument and made a great connection between your introduction paragraph and first body paragraph. So again, that is a really specific example on the type of feedback we'll be looking for on that more open-ended forum. Last, or secondly, sorry, not last, third, remember that this is a rough draft. So there will be some spelling errors that assumably will be edited out during the author's revision process. So unless you notice a repeated grammatical or spelling error, don't really focus on that as much as the content and the fluidity of the portfolio in and of itself. If you do notice a repeated grammatical or spelling error, try pointing out one instance and then encouraging the author to look for other examples throughout their text. It can be overwhelming in the rough draft phase to get feedback on every little error in grammar, spelling, or punctuation. So if you notice a repeated mistake, call out one of them, give them the specific area and page, and then just let them know they need to look for other examples. The last thing, just so you know, you don't need to comment for each section of the portfolio for each one of the questions on the feedback form. But because it is so open-ended, you need to be precise enough in your text-based feedback form that the author can move forward into revision with the feedback you provide. So again, I really like using questions or providing specific examples. Some of you guys in the Project 2 peer reviews also provided other resources that have been helpful to you. That's another great way to do that. But you really want to give the author your point of view so that they're able to move forward and create, again, kind of more of that, like we talked about, reader-centric draft, even in the online digital portfolio. So I look forward to seeing some of you guys in that ePortfolio writing workshop. Again, you can go ahead and sign up for those now, and let me know if you have any questions before then. Best of luck.